white loop, laying a rummy on the roof. They don't go in the basement where the cockroaches dance. You can wallow in romance. They don't go in the basement. Oh, it's a bad thing. That is the lust. To ride in the elevator, feel the dust. Don't go in the basement.
You make a distinction between the softest drugs, like marijuana. You know, not like really like alcohol or tobacco. Like marijuana, it's more benign than all the tobacco and alcohol put together. But the Mormons, and I respect the Mormons, they don't believe in alcohol. But there's no total prohibition. You can go walk into a government store and you can buy alcohol. Well, they should do that with marijuana. They should legalize marijuana. That is, they should allow it to be grown. Doesn't hurt anyone. Every statistic said that. There is no nexus between marijuana and cocaine or heroin or methamphetamine. There is no stepping stone. You know, that's an invention. No one who has studied that accepts that if you do marijuana next minute, you know, next hour, next year, you're going to be shooting heroin or anything else. This total prohibition is what is historically aberrant. That's unwise to prohibit. By prohibition, and we do prohibit in this country, we have created a criminal class. We have created this so-called drug problem, this terrorism, you know, this thing that ultimately now is unchecked and causing, from my perspective, a reason for a grasping, you know, overzealous executive class to grab more power. They use that as the excuse.
It begins the moment you touch down at LAX, where waiting television cameras will record your license plate as you leave one of the airport's many parking garages. Were you aware that your car license plate is being photographed as you leave the airport?
No. Why?
What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's an invasion. Why is it being photographed?
All cars leaving the airport are documented in the central computer.
No, I didn't know that.
What do you think about it?
I'm not happy about it. I think it's fascism.
My name is Tom Winfrey. I'm a public relations spokesman for the Los Angeles Department of Airports. The purpose of the cameras is to allow the parking company to facilitate processing the tickets for the payment of parking fees here at the airport. And these tapes are not kept for a long period of time. They're destroyed rather rapidly.
Has there ever been a case where these tapes have been used for law enforcement purposes?
I don't know.
Where is all this taking us? What does the future hold? How far away are we from being a totally watched society? To find answers to these questions, we went to the LA Convention Center, host to the International Security Conference, where buyers and sellers of the latest in security and surveillance technology have gathered for their annual meeting. Describe the surveillance unit where you're currently under surveillance on.
This happens to be a closed-circuit television camera mounted in a sprinkler head. The sprinkler head comes in various sizes of a 22 or 11 millimeter, and it also comes in panning, tilting, and zooming. It can be placed anywhere that you desire in any type of ceiling, and it is a covert system. The next item, of course, is something somebody can wear. This is a television camera secreted into a tie clip. A person can wear this and walk around and video record if he desires. The probably next innovative thing is a emergency light fixture. This particular one right here, we do have secreted behind it a TV camera, and the TV camera can video record anybody's picture when it is mounted on the wall.
Probably like the little mini pinhole cameras, just perfect for spying on people. They're so microscopic. It's like the hole is like that tiny. You can just see, put it through a picture frame or something.
How old are you?
14.
What brings your interest at this age?
You can just see people and see what they're doing and everything, and you never know what turns up on the video.
You know, all this spying on ourselves is just too much, even for me, and I'm electronic.
This electronic cartoon from Washington is brought to you by Gross National Product.
This is DC's Mayor Barry. This is drugs. This is the mayor on drugs. Any questions?
No, I've never met William Bennett. He's a very dangerous man. Anyone who speaks out against the solutions that he talks about is automatically considered unpatriotic. That his constant haranguing, his loss of temper are really undercutting the importance of the position that he holds. It would be real clear that it's just not William Bennett that he speaks for, but he speaks for the rest of the administration. Kurt Schmoke, who's mayor in Baltimore, said that the drug problem is something that should be solved by the Surgeon General, not by the Attorney General. Bennett's solution is more jails, more prisons, taking away constitutional freedoms, taking away employment. A year ago, it had been suggested to him on a talk show that possibly beheading drug dealers would be an appropriate measure, and he fell right in line with that. It's just amazing to wait to pick up the paper from day to day to see what draconian measures he is going to be espousing next.
I think that, that the herb should be legalized because there is, as I say, a big difference between smack, crack, and smoking flowers. And I'm sick and tired of my friends being dragged off or their houses or cars being confiscated for a joint of marijuana when there are 500,000 deaths a year from alcohol and nicotine. I mean, come on, let's get real here. Otherwise, kids are going to think because they smoke the grass and it doesn't mess them up, they shoot a little smack, and they're going to end up, death is Patrick Henry's second choice, the sleep that rots, it's no fun. So what I suggest you do is let's legalize it. We could do it if we got together. We could do anything. I mean, we stopped Vietnam. We could stop all war. We could feed the hungry. There are more pressing issues than this, and more that I devote my life to. But this is definitely, and it's part of my spiritual life is smoking some herb,
Well, why can't we do that?
I think because the energy barons and the death merchants would rather we didn't. They'd rather us consume the nicotine and the lush. Perhaps because if everybody grew grass, we discovered that we could turn it into energy and turn it into paper and turn it into run our cars on it and stop the global warming and all that stuff that I'm sure you've heard ad nauseum. Let's talk about something else for a change.
What are your favorite TV shows?
My favorite TV shows are The Simpsons, Night Music, and the 90's. The 90's are the 60s standing on your head. These are the good old days.
Wake up, my children. Babylon will fall.
much aggravation? Bail out. Escape with Chef Rod's postmodernist exodus to Jamaica. I can't stand the love of reality. I long for the taste of true Jamaica. No tourist apartheid for me. As my dreadluck would have it, my third world witch doctor was just around the corner.
My number is #1 rootsman in Negril.
My main man, Juicy, will help me out. Wash my brain, Juicy, with your roots tonic water. Juicy, I need the juice.
Ready, dear?
Hey, man. It's like,
Come in,
forget the Wheaties, brother.
Inside, man. Go right
You don't
in.
need no Wheaties.
Go in, man. Make you feel fit in your body and strong and healthy and clean.
Juicy, Juicy. What makes your roots juice so good, man?
Well, I said cherry root, Irish marsh, linseed, bloodwick, strongback, and sarsaparilla with honey and ice and nutmeg. And it make you love your girl. Love your girl every time. Make you feel honey to love her. Yes, I. But when you have my drinks, man, if you're sick, you have to better. And if you go to the doctor can hardly better you. No medicine, no pill. But when you drink roots that the good Lord made from the earth, nothing stops that. Your body's clean and fit.
Juicy's tonic hits the spot. But I need the #1 shot. Give me the herb. Poppin' Fresh is an ITAL trend. He grows his marijuana without chemical fertilizers. He's from the old school, before the chemicals and the DEA helicopters rained death over Jamaican ganja fields. Oh, she's turning out to be a beauty, man. Do you believe that the native sativa can be stronger if you don't use fertilizer?
Yeah, man, because the fertilizer that they use, the fertilizer is not too good. It just force up the ganja and it have no taste. It don't taste right, you know? So the fertilizer is not too good for the ganja. But when you go natural from the natural style, then you get a better smoke from it. If you use even rat bat shit or cow shit or something like that, it'll much, much more stronger.
And we spoke of how hard it is to find good herb nowadays. What do you think about the current situation with the zero tolerancy in the U.S.? Do you believe that this has a direct effect on the Jamaican economy?
Yeah, man, because a lot of people suffer, man, because a lot of people could sell a little herb and they could have money and they could do what they want to do and they could send a kid to school and they could do a lot of things which they wish to do. But now through the helicopter coming around, they cannot get it no more, so everybody start to suffer again, sufferation again, you know. So it do a lot to Jamaica, man.
So we have to free up the herb farmer, free up the marijuana, because marijuana is an herb. It's not like cocaine or heroin. It is something that's
a blessed plant. It's a blessed plant.
That can give you a little happiness.
We should never have a conversation about drugs that talks about pot and crack in the same paragraph. And we do it all the time. And that just makes no sense. In fact, you know, if we were going to start to have a wish list of drugs we'd want to disappear from the universe, and maybe the first one was crack, I'm not sure the second one wouldn't be tobacco. And in any case, whatever you think of that, I don't see what law enforcement adds except to people's misery.
This is 100% marijuana. Feel it, how soft it is, how strong it is. You can't break it, you can't rip it, you can't dip it. Very nice stuff. No, you can't smoke it either. Well, you can, but it won't do anything. Again, please pick up the literature. Please read the facts. We are banned from buying advertising on radio. We are banned from buying new cans of newspapers. They refuse to let us get this word out because we have the M word in our name.
This jacket I got 9 years ago in Indonesia. It's made out of marijuana. It's 100% hemp. This jacket's 55% hemp. It's made 55% hemp, 45% cotton. It should be noted that half of all the chemicals used on Earth are used in agriculture are used on cotton. Hemp has no enemies like boll weevils or weeds, so nothing ever disturbs the hemp plant. 1 acre of pot will equal 4 acres of trees for cellulose or paper. The only reason we cut down paper is that hemp's illegal. Virtually all paper was made with hemp and flax rags until about the 1880s. The original Declaration of Independence that's across the street and the Bill of Rights that's across the street in the manuscript room, the ones before they put them on parchment animal skin, are over there across the street at the Library of Congress, and they're made out of pot. Hemp is the only biomass capable of making America energy independent. The closest biomass that grows to hemp on Earth is quinoa. After quinoa is sugarcane, after sugarcane is corn stalks, and all three of them together don't equal 5% of hemp, and they're not sustainable. Hemp has no enemies. It can grow in any soil condition, any weather condition, any latitude. It grows in all 50 states, and the only enemy it has is the United States government. What else you got? Well, that you live longer if you smoke pot every day than if you don't do any drugs at all. And you live 8 to 24 years longer than people that regularly imbibe of alcohol and tobacco. The reason you live longer is it dilates your arteries. It opens them up. It lowers your stress level. It allows your body temperature to drop a quarter to half a degree so you don't metabolize. So any law against marijuana is a law asking another human being to be a lemming for an ignorant congressman and senator. There is no absolute reason on earth that anybody should ever have to do Valium or opium or anything else. Marijuana lowers your stress level, lowers your body temperature, and dilates your arteries better than anything on earth except nitroglycerin. You live longer if you smoke pot, so please smoke pot. Don't smoke tobacco.
You know, if you have been keeping up with the recent economic conditions in the world, you are more than aware of the dwindling value of the American dollar. Now, Il Banco di Santo Spirito, the Bank of the Holy Spirit, offers American people the opportunity to invest their money in our bank, and we convert it into the European currency of your choice. If you have at least $1,000 to deposit, and you do it before the first of any quarter, you get to have these beautiful, beautiful Italian kid gloves. They come in blue, beige, brown, black, or pearl white. If you do not want the gloves, I know you would want them, but you have the choice. You can also ask for this beautiful 1963-73 edition of the Guide to Patron Saints. It's got a new chapter here with all of the latest changes. To give you just a little taste, let me tell you that the Saint Saud of Ankara, the patron saint of hard drugs, is no longer responsible for marijuana. Marijuana is now under Saint Rolando of Marsala, the patron saint of beer and wine.
I was born in New York, right here up near St. Vincent's. I thought when I grew up that people would be reasoning adults, and I found out they weren't. What is to be done when you have people inhabiting the planet and they don't know what to do? I guess you'll have to teach them. That's responsibility has fallen to me because there seems nobody else who is doing it. And so I am the Pope. I am self-appointed. I am a little bit righteous. But what is to be done? If nobody speaks to the questions, then who is going to do it? You are responsible. I say in my church that everybody is responsible. We inhabit a planet. What is to be done with it? Should we create the kingdom of heaven, or shall we make insane greed and stupidity, which in the end will only annihilate us? Here we have a plant that can save the world. Marijuana, the most useful plant known to our species. It is good to make clothes with. We can eat the oil or use it for any other oil product. It grows quickly. It helps conserve the soil. It's medical. It relieves symptoms of diseases where there is no other alternative for any sane individual to take. The safest, the only safe drug. To not realize this is species destructive.
Everything that you can make from whale oil, you can make from hemp oil. And so the parts of the world where they're killing the whales right now because they need these different products, they could actually be satisfied 100%, and all the whales could be saved, except for primarily what happened is that there's a treaty that was forced upon the world by the United States in 1961. And that treaty itself is the only thing that's blocking us from using hemp to save the whales. The other thing that you would say, well, people they kill whales also to eat the meat, but there's more protein in this bag than there would be in a slab of cow or of whale. And then all you need to do is flavor it. You can process it and texturize it to where it would have the same consistency as the whale meat, and then you just flavor it, and that takes care of that other problem.
And now you're going to tell me it's better than ice cream, too.
Well, actually, what you can do is you can make it into tofu, take the tofu, make it into tofuti. It's up to people whether they like tofuti better than ice cream, but you can accomplish the same thing, essentially.
Well, this is great.
Major funding for the 90s was provided by the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, sponsor of the MacArthur Library of Videotapes and the MacArthur Video Classics, available at more than 2,000 public libraries, and by the Instructional Telecommunications Foundation, publisher of the 90s newsletter, your source of behind-the-scenes information about the 90s TV series. For a free copy, call 1-800-FILM-90s.
We want to know what you think about the 90s, so write with questions or comments to the 90s, Wrigley Building, Chicago, Illinois, 60611.
Or you can send a fax